She comes across like diamonds, diamonds, easy in love when the lights are low. She comes into focus, focus, the closer she gets, the more I know. She takes more whiskey than I wine.
Well, I have a second whiskey tonight. This is a Friday night, um, but it's coming up on YouTube on a Friday morning, a couple of weeks later. These are all pre recorded. Now, when I was in Glasgow, oh my gosh, a couple of months ago now, I met up with Whiskey Jason, and I also met up with Roy from Aqvavitae. And he showed me a couple of very interesting bars and went for whiskey tasting at the Bon Accord. And then the following day, Jason and I met him for lunch at Deanston. But that night, after the whiskey tasting, he and I walked back to my hotel, which wasn't all that far from the Bon Accord. And he was telling me about Daftmill, about this farmer who produced very small quantities of whiskey. And he would let them age patiently, slowly, in the casks in his barn or wherever he had them stored. And he wouldn't open them until they were absolutely ready. He wouldn't bottle them until they were ready. What I have here is a sample of Daftmill 2006 winter release, bottled at 46% alcohol by volume. And this is the Aqvavitae label. Now, what's prompting me to do this one now is that in the last week, or at least in the last week by my timeline, Mark from Whiskey Whistle got the same sample from Roy. He got his in the mail. Mine was hand delivered, shall we say. And he was anxious when I commented that I have the same thing. He was anxious to hear what I had to say about it. Well, I guess I'm going to say it now. Oh, that's tight. Roy, what did you do? Put crazy glue in there? Oh, here we are. Okay. I got it open. This is a tiny little sample. It's just enough to taste. I put the bottle sideways so that the last few drops end up on the bottom and I can get those into the glass. This is about, I don't know, 35 milliliters maybe. It's not much, but this is precious stuff. And it is, from what I understand, very limited in quantity and hard to come by, especially on this continent. But I was in the UK when I got mine. Oh, let's see now. We got them sticking to the sides of the glass and forming drops. Forming drops and coming down at a steady but sedate pace. I would say that's reasonably viscous for a 46% alcohol by volume whiskey. Now let's give it a nose. Oh. Excuse me. Right away, it's quite malty. I'm getting malt and hay, fresh cut grass. Vanilla, definitely, quite a bit of vanilla. What is that something else? Vanilla. Along with the vanilla, there's like a what is that? Melons. And malty. Malty underneath it all. There's something almost a little bit minty. Along with the vanilla and the malt. Somewhat minty. This is interesting and quite different. It's a single malt scotch. I'm going to have to taste it. Then I'm going to have to come back and add a little bit of water to see how it opens up on the nose and on the palate. Something a little spicy too, like I'd almost say coriander. But then there's almost a freshness that's coming in with that. The freshness is a cooling kind of freshness. It's like a sea breeze. Yeah, maybe there is a little bit of salt, a little bit of brininess. I could be all over the map on this one too. Once again, malty, very malty. Hay, definitely hay. Hay and malt. And spicy and a little briny. Wow, this is quite nice. Let's take a little sip. Oh. This does coat the mouth. And in that coating, I'm getting cherries, and a bit of berry marmalade. I didn't get any berries at all on the nose, but on the palate, yes. There's not much left. I'm going to add a bit of water to see if that does anything to the nose. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 drops approximately. Of course, I wasn't measuring that exactly. I'm guessing it's natural color as well. Non-chill filtered, probably. It being such a limited production. Those few drops really helped. It helped bring out the melons, cantaloupes. Now there's a lot of caramel that wasn't there before. I'm still getting some of that grassy hay. But wow, does that open up. Now I'm getting some cherry, maraschino cherry. Not quite as malty as it was before. Not quite as grassy as it was before, but it's really brought the cherries and caramel and berries out. Oh, that's beautiful. Recommend it with water. Too bad it's such a small sample. Wow, I could use a whole bottle of this. And even with a few drops of water, the legs are coming down slowly. Oh, it's changing too. I'm getting a bit of a minty note now again on the nose. That's beautiful. Complex. Caramel and mint now playing off each other. Maltiness coming in from underneath. Oh. Vanilla. Caramel. I'm getting a milk chocolate now. This is beautiful. It keeps changing. It's complex. Keeps changing. It's lovely. I'm guessing this is ex-bourbon matured. I'm not getting any of those fruits like you would get from a wine finish or a sherry finish covering up the whiskey. Oh, fudgy milk chocolate notes now. Oh, yeah, this is lovely. It keeps changing. Thank you, Roy. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is a beautiful dram. And thank you to Mark for prodding me to trying this sooner than I would have otherwise. Now on the nose, most of what I'm getting is milk chocolate and fudge. Some malt. Delicious. Let's taste it now that it's had some water and it's been open for a while. Mm. Oh. Quite malty on the palate now. Getting a little bit of cherry. I'm getting some of the berries. Raspberry marmalade. Strangely enough, I'm not getting any of those chocolate notes on the palate that I was getting on the nose. It coats the mouth. It's a little bit dry. I wouldn't say that it's a long finish. It's a sort of medium finish. It kind of fades away. It fades away just to an astringent. There's an astringency. It's dry. But it is a good drop. Very good drop. There's the fudgy notes again. Chocolate. On the nose, it's amazing that I don't taste that, but I get it on the nose. Well, let's take a sip of water. Oh, it's a lovely experience. Yes, this is a good whiskey. Yes. Thanks again, Roy, and thanks again, Mark, for prompting me to trying this so soon. Slancheva. Thanks again.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Yeah.